We're coming up to the Thanksgiving long weekend, and that's got me thinking that we probably need Thanksgiving this year more than any other. It's just been a tough year, and so I've been trying this week in particular to think thankful thoughts, to think about things that make me smile and people who make me smile. And so I was going to come on this video this morning and I was going to tell you about a friend of mine who's done a couple of really nice things for me over the years, and I was just going to remind you that people are generally good and kind and nice. But then as I started thinking about that one friend who's done some nice things for me, that made me think of someone else, and that made me think of other people, and then that made me think of some of the families that 30 years ago took me in when I first moved to Estevan and could hardly feed myself, people who looked after me and cared for me. And then that made me think about people who looked after Sarah and me when we got married and helped us grow up. And then that got me thinking about people who rejoiced with us when we had our kids. And that got me thinking about when our kids graduated and people celebrated with them, and on and on and on and on. And I could take all day telling you people's stories about how they've been nice to me. I could take all day just recounting good things that people have done for me. And so since you don't want a 78-hour video, here's what I did instead. I wrote, very first thing this morning, I wrote to the guy who did those nice things to me that I was going to tell you about. I wrote him a note this morning and I just said thank you for being a good friend. Thank you for caring about me. And you know what? I think when he receives that note, he's going to feel good about himself, but guess what? It made me feel good to do it as well. So, here's my challenge for you. You've got your phone in your hand right now, or you're sitting at your computer. So once this video ends, would you take 30 seconds and just think about someone who's done something nice for you or to you, and could you just write them a quick note and say thank you? Here's the thing. If you're only on social media all the time, or if you're only watching the news, you're going to be convinced that most things in the world are going the wrong way and that everything is terrible and life is awful and it's going to weigh you down. But in reality, most people are good. Most people are kind. Most of our life isn't really that bad. So can we cultivate some thankfulness? Can we say thank you to people? Can we think about things we are thankful for? Because even just the day or two that I've been doing that has changed the way I feel even. There's so much to be thankful for. Psalm 118 verse 29 reminds us to give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. We have a loving God who's looking after us and providing for us. We have friends who care and through whom God works to provide for us. Can we look and see that? Can we be thankful for that? Can we see what we have rather than just what we don't have?